Good afternoon students. Welcome back to online crash course maths class. So in today's class I will be solving some of the previous year Karnataka CET questions on complex numbers. So let us take up the first question. If z equal to x plus iy, then the equation mod z plus 1 which is equals to mod z minus 1 represents, and the four options are a parabola, x axis, y axis and a circle. So this question was asked in Karnataka CET 2020. So let us take up the given condition here. So they have given it clearly, z is nothing but x plus iy, it is a complex number. So directly I will be substituting z value now, which is x plus iy, then plus 1, this is equals to mod x plus iy minus 1. So now let us separate the real parts here. X plus 1 plus iy, this is equals to x minus 1 plus iy. So now we will have to take modulus on both the sides because we have the vertical bars here. That indicates we have to take the modulus of the complex number. So square root of the real part, square of the real part plus square of the imaginary part, which is equals to, again square root. So square of the real part plus square of the imaginary part. Now in order to eliminate the square root, square on both the sides. So these two will be eliminated and then expand this now. So x square plus 1 plus 2x plus y square, this is equals to, so here x square, then plus 1, then minus 2x plus y square. So x square get cancels, y square and y square get cancels, then plus 1 and plus 1 get cancels. Take this minus 2x to the right hand side, it becomes plus 2x. 2x plus 2x will be 4x, which is equals to 0. That means we get x equal to 0. X equal to 0 indicates it is the y axis. So option 3 is the correct answer. Well, question number 2, it is, if alpha and beta are roots of the equation x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0, then alpha square plus beta square is equals to, the four options are 1 minus 1 plus I root 3 by 2, minus 1 minus I root 3 by 2, and the fourth option it is minus 1. So this question was given in Karnataka CET 2019. So let us solve this. We have to make use of cube roots of unity concept here. So if omega is one of the complex root, then the other root will be omega square. What I will do is, let alpha is equals to omega. So if omega is one of the complex roots, so for this quadratic equation we get the complex roots because b square minus 4ac value is less than 0. So then the other root, that is beta, will be omega square. Let us consider the condition now. Therefore alpha square plus beta square, which is equals to, alpha square means it is omega square plus beta square will be, beta value it is omega square, then the whole square. So here overall we get omega square plus omega to the power 4. So this is equals to omega square, omega to the power 4 value it is omega, and we have the property 1 plus omega square, which is equals to 0. So from this omega plus omega square value it will be minus 1. So minus 1. Check the options now. Option 4 is the correct answer, and this problem can be solved by another method now. So let us make use of that particular method. So here the given quadratic equation is x square plus x plus 1 equal to 0. And it has been given that alpha and beta are the roots. So when the roots are given, the general form of a quadratic equation is x square minus the sum of the roots into x plus the product of the roots. This is equals to 0. Now compare these two now. In place of alpha plus beta, what do we have? It is minus 1. X is same here and it is minus 1. This implies alpha plus beta, it is minus 1, then alpha beta, what is the product of roots? It is 1. Alpha beta is equals to 1, and we have the standard identity now. Therefore alpha square plus beta square, which is equals to alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 times alpha beta. Substitute the values now. Alpha plus beta it is minus 1, minus 1 square it will be plus 1, then minus 2, write it as it is. Alpha beta value it is 1, 2 into 1 it will be 2. So 1 minus 2 it is minus 1. So in both the ways you can solve the problem. So this is all about question number 2. Well, the question number 3 it is, if 1 minus I by 1 plus I whole to the power 96 which is equals to A plus IB, then A comma B is, and this question was asked in Karnataka CET 2018. The 4 options are 1 comma 1, 1 comma 0, 0 comma 1 and 1. So let us solve the question number 3 here. So here you need to remember that 1 minus I by 1 plus I value will be minus I. If you go for rationalization and then simplify, overall we get 1 minus I by 1 plus I equal to minus I. So here you will have to remember that we know that 1 minus I by 1 plus I will be minus I, and the other thing, if it is another way, 1 plus I by 1 minus I, the value it is I. You will have to remember these two for the easier simplification. So now I will take this one, 1 minus I by 1 plus I to the power 96, this is equals to A plus IB. Then what is this value now? It is minus I. So minus I to the power 96 is equals to A plus IB. Then what is the value of minus I to the power 96? 96 is a multiple of 4, then obviously it will be 1. So this can be written as minus 1 to the power 96 and I to the power 96. Minus 1 raised to 96 and then I to the power 96 is equals to A plus IB, and this value will be plus 1 and this is going to be again 1. So 1 which is equals to A plus IB. So this one can be written as 1 plus I into 0. This is equals to A plus IB. So this one I have written in the complex form. So now compare the values now. A value it is 1, B value it will be 0. So A value 1, B value 0 means option 2 is the correct answer. Note down this. Then we'll solve the question number 4. Again it is similar to the question number 3. So observe the question number 4 here. If 1 plus I by 1 minus I whole to the power m is equals to 1, then the least positive integral value of m is. So now 1 plus I by 1 minus I value it is plus I. So overall we get I raised to m equal to 1. Overall what do we get? Question number 4, I to the power m, this is equals to 1. Now check all the 4 options. The least integral value of m. So if we take 2, m as 2, I square, it becomes I square. What is the value of I square? It is minus 1, but here it is plus 1. That means option 1 is not the right answer. Then take option 2. The m value it is 3. So we get I cube. I cube value will be minus I, but here it is plus 1. Again option 2 is not the right answer. Take option 3 now. I raised to 4 which is equals to 1. That means the least integral value of m it is 4. This implies m is equals to 4. Therefore option 3 is the correct answer. The question number 5 it is, the real part of 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta whole to the power minus 1 is, and this question was asked in Karnataka CET 2016. So this can be written as to the power minus 1 means take it to the denominator, we get 1 divided by 1 minus cos theta plus I sin theta. So yesterday in the previous class we have solved this question. The answer was 1 by 2. Just go through that solution. Then I will go for question number 6. The simplified form of I raised to n plus I raised to n plus 1 plus I raised to n plus 2 plus I raised to n plus 3 is, and the 4 options are 0, 1, minus 1 plus I. And this was again asked in Karnataka CET 2016. Let us write the given condition here. I raised to n plus I raised to n plus 1 plus I raised to n plus 2 plus I raised to n plus 3. So now I can take I raised to n common here. So take out I to the power n, we get 1 plus I square plus I cube. Then in the next step, I to the power n, write it as it is, then 1 plus I as it is, then I square value it will be minus 1, then I cube value, I cube means it is I square into I, overall we get minus I. So now we get minus I here. So now plus 1 minus 1 get cancels, plus I minus I get cancels, we get 0 here, 0 into I raised to n will be 0. So this is the required answer. Option 1 is the correct answer. Well, question number 7, it is if z is equals to root 3 plus I the whole cube into 3i plus 4 the whole square divided by 8 plus 6i the whole square, then mod z is equal to, and the 4 options are 0, 1, 2, 3. This was asked in Karnataka CET 2015. So here we will have to take modulus on both the sides. So what I will do is, I will take the modulus of each complex number. So mod root 3 plus I, mod root 3 plus I. Now it is square root of square of the real part and square of the imaginary part, square root of. Now a square, that means root 3 square. So usually the modulus will be a square plus b square, square root of. So square of this will be 3 plus 1. So 3 plus 1 it will be 4, root 4 it is 2. Then similarly we will have to take the modulus of this one now. So modulus of 3i plus 4 which is equals to, so square root of square of the real part, 3 square it is 9 plus square of the imaginary part, sorry square of the real part 4 it will be 16 plus square of the imaginary part it will be 9. So 16 plus 9 will be root 25, that is nothing but 5. Now we will have to take the modulus of the denominator, 8 plus 6i which is equals to square root of square of the real part, it will be 64, then plus square of the imaginary part we get 36. So overall this becomes 100, square root of 100 it is 10. Now we will have to go for mod z which is equals to, so it is mod root 3 plus I the whole cube, mod root 3 plus I will be 2, now we get 2 cube into 5 square divided by 10 square, 2 cube it is 8, then 5 square it will be 25, then divided by 100. Overall if you simplify this we get 200 by 100 it will be 2. Check the options now. Option 3 is the correct answer. Well, question number 8 it is, if alpha and beta are the roots of x square minus ax plus b square equal to 0, then the value of alpha square plus beta square is equal to, and this question was asked in Karnataka CET 2015. If alpha and beta are the roots of a quadratic equation, then the equation is given by x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta equal to 0. That is x square minus the sum of the roots into x plus the product of the roots equal to 0. So here I will take up the given quadratic equation, x square minus ax plus b square, this is equals to 0. So now in place of the sum of the roots we have small a, in place of the product of roots we have b square. This implies alpha plus beta which is equals to a, alpha plus beta, the sum of the roots, then alpha beta which is equals to b square. Now we know that alpha square, the standard identity, it is alpha square plus beta square which is equals to alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 times alpha beta, then which is equals to, what is alpha plus beta now? It is a square minus 2, write it as it is, alpha beta is nothing but b square. So a square minus 2b square. Option 1 is the correct answer. Well, question number 9 it is, if alpha is a complex number such that alpha square minus alpha plus 1 equal to 0, then alpha to the power 2011 is which is equals to, and this question was asked in Karnataka CET 2012. So here we have to make use of the standard identity, that is a cube plus b cube equal to 0. So we know that we know that alpha cube plus 1 or 1 cube which is equals to 0. Then let us factorize this now. A cube plus b cube will be a plus b, that is alpha plus 1, into a square, that is alpha square, minus ab will be alpha into 1, that is alpha, plus b square, 1 square it will be 1, which is equals to 0. So from this, alpha plus 1 equal to 0, and we get alpha square minus alpha plus 1, this is equals to 0. So we get the second condition now. So now let us consider alpha to the power 2011. Therefore, alpha raised to 2011, which is equals to, it can be rewritten as alpha cube to the power 670 into alpha raised to 1. So alpha cube whole raised to 670 will give us alpha to the power 2010, and here we have 1, both will be added up. So now what is the value of alpha cube here? From this, alpha cube will be minus 1. So we get minus 1 to the power 670 into alpha. So minus 1 to the power even number, it is plus 1. 1 into alpha, it will be alpha. Search for the options now. Option 3 is the right answer. Well, question number 10, it is if z equal to x plus iy, that means it is a complex number, and mod z minus 1 by z plus 2i, which is equals to 1, then the locus of P is, and the four options are hyperbola, ellipse, circle and a straight line. So this was asked in Karnataka CET 2011. So let us solve this. So straight away I will take this condition now. Mod z minus 1. Z is nothing but x plus iy. So here we get x minus 1 plus iy divided by, I am separating the real part and the imaginary part. Then here we have x plus iy plus 2i. So x plus, take I common, we get y plus 2, which is equals to 1. Now take modulus to the numerator and to the denominator. So what do we get now? X square root of x minus 1 the whole square plus y square divided by square root of x square plus y plus 2 the whole square. This is equals to 1. Now in order to eliminate the square roots, square on both the sides. After taking this to the right hand side, squaring on both sides, square roots will be eliminated, and then expand this x square plus 1 minus 2x plus y square. Numerator I have written as it is. Then we take this to the right hand side and then expand. X square I will be writing it as it is, plus y square plus 4 plus 4y. Plus 4y. So now x square get cancels, y square get cancels, then anything else, then I'll take these two terms to the right hand side. Overall what do we get? 2x plus 4y, then 4 minus 1 it will be 3. 2x plus 4y plus 3, which is equals to 0. That means it is in the form of ax plus by plus c equal to 0. It is a straight line. Option 4 is the correct answer. So this is